Have you ever felt like you're facing unique challenges, as if the universe is testing you in a special way? These obstacles are no coincidence. They are the mark of someone destined for something greater. Being chosen isn't about ease, but about overcoming the toughest trials that shape your essence and awaken your purpose. In this video, you'll discover the 7 spiritual tests that transform lives and understand how these challenges are preparing you for an extraordinary journey. Are you ready for this awakening? Spiritual challenges are not punishments, they are forges that shape the chosen. Imagine the pressure needed to turn coal into a diamond. It's in this environment of trials that the truly chosen emerge. They are not born with a divine stamp, but are continuously tested to develop their strength and purpose. These tests act as a mirror, reflecting the need for detachment, self-reflection, and faith amidst difficulties. It's like a moth struggling to free itself from its cocoon, strengthening its wings in the process. Without the struggle, there is no flight. The path of the chosen is filled with spiritual tests that, at first glance, seem overwhelming. Imagine someone facing the loss of something essential, a relationship, a job, or even their self-image. It's in these moments that the universe tests faith and resilience. A practical way to handle this? Write down the most challenging situations you've experienced and ask yourself, what did I learn? This simple act of self-reflection can illuminate the purpose hidden in the darkness. Being chosen is about embracing constant evolution, even when everything seems lost. The beauty lies in understanding that each challenge is not an end, but a bridge to something greater. Think of great figures who endured adversity: Nelson Mandela, who found purpose during years of imprisonment, or Malala, who transformed her pain into a fight for education. Amid this journey comes the need to confront something even deeper, the encounter with one's own identity, where everything begins to make sense. The journey of self-discovery requires courage to face the mirror and see who we truly are. Often we hide behind social masks, predefined roles, and labels we believe protect us. But in truth, they distance us from our essence. Imagine someone who has always lived to please others. By removing this mask, they face vulnerability, but also find freedom. Self-reflection is like dismantling a complex machine and understanding piece by piece what truly matters. Facing true identity is like peeling an onion. Layer by layer, tears flow, but each layer removed reveals something purer. A practical exercise to begin this process is writing down, without filters, your answers to the question, who am I without my titles, achievements, or possessions? It might seem simple, but few dare to shed these layers and face what truly remains. This ongoing practice opens doors to understanding what really matters. As the masks fall, fertile ground emerges for the rebirth of a true identity. At this point, many realize that life isn't about accumulating roles or external validation, but about living aligned with their own truth. This process can be uncomfortable, but it is also liberating. As you free yourself from external noise, an opportunity arises to hear something deeper and essential, the inner voice that guides the next step on the journey. Isolation, often feared, is the universe's invitation to awaken the inner voice. Think of a seed that must be buried in darkness to sprout. In silence and solitude, it finds the strength to grow. Similarly, it is in isolation that we connect with who we truly are. Many avoid this moment, filling the void with distractions. But only in silence can we hear what the distractions drown out, our true calling. Living moments of isolation may seem difficult, but they are golden opportunities for rediscovery. Try something simple. Disconnect from technology for a few hours, or spend a day without interacting with the outside world. Use this time to meditate, walk in nature, or write about your feelings. These moments reveal truths hidden beneath the noise of daily life. After all, how can we know what the soul desires if we never listen to it? By embracing silence, the connection with the inner voice strengthens, guiding decisions with greater clarity and purpose. It is in this space that answers arise, like a spiritual compass pointing in the right direction. Great masters like Buddha and Jesus sought isolation before their transformative journeys. The same happens with those who dare to face silence. They return stronger, ready to release attachments and take the next step toward personal transformation. Detachment is one of the most challenging and transformative acts one can practice. Often, we believe our happiness depends on specific people, objects, or situations, but attachment is just an illusion that binds us. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. Detachment doesn't mean losing. It means trusting that the universe always knows what's best for us. Letting go of attachment is like releasing a weight we've been carrying unnecessarily. Think of a toxic relationship or a goal that no longer makes sense, yet we insist on holding on to it. A powerful exercise is to list what you fear losing and ask yourself, does this truly define who I am? Sometimes letting go of what no longer serves creates space for something infinitely greater and more aligned with your journey. Practice small acts of detachment, donate what you don't use, release old grudges, or accept what you cannot control. When we embrace detachment, we open the door to profound transformation and a new understanding of ourselves. It's like pruning a plant. At first it may seem like loss, but soon new growth appears. And so, by freeing ourselves from our bonds, we become lighter and ready to face the much-dreaded dark night of the soul, the next step in this journey of evolution. The dark night of the soul is a deep dive into our shadows, a moment of inner chaos that seems endless. It's that period when everything falls apart, certainties, plans, and even the faith we thought was unshakable. Imagine being lost in a dark maze with no map or visible exit. However, it's in this despair that the greatest transformations occur. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, so must our soul during these times. This period is painful but incredibly necessary. It's when we face buried fears, traumas, and insecurities. A practical way to deal with this is to start an emotional journal. Write about what you feel without judgment. Recognize emotions instead of repressing them. Another exercise is to practice gratitude, even amidst chaos. For example, be thankful for small things like a sunny day or a comforting conversation. These practices help find small lights in the darkness. Emerging from the dark night of the soul, we are no longer the same. It's as if a new, stronger, and more illuminated version is born from the ashes. This period of rebirth is marked by clarity, purpose, and renewed faith. However, to reach this point, we must trust the invisible, the idea that there is a greater plan guiding our steps, even when everything seems lost. Trusting the invisible is an act of courage that defies logic and tangible certainties. It's like walking across a fog-covered bridge without seeing the other side, but trusting the path exists. This faith is the fuel that keeps us moving, even when the world seems to crumble around us. Great spiritual leaders and masters have always spoken about trusting something greater, whether it's God, the universe, or a divine purpose. This kind of faith isn't blind, but cultivated through daily practices that strengthen trust in the unknown. A simple exercise is to keep a journal of evidence. Note small coincidences or moments when something improbable went right. This helps you see how the universe works in your favor, even in the smallest things. Another powerful practice is guided meditation, especially those involving visualizations of surrender and trust. Gradually, the invisible becomes more tangible. When we learn to trust in this greater plan, life takes on a new meaning. Challenges cease to be obstacles and become stepping stones for growth. But trusting the invisible requires surrender, the ability to let go of control and allow life's flow to guide us, something we'll explore further in the next step of this transformative journey. Surrender isn't giving up, but accepting what cannot be controlled and flowing with life. It's like rowing on a turbulent river. The more we fight against the current, the more we exhaust ourselves. By letting go of the oars and trusting, we allow the natural course to take us where we need to be. This practice requires humility, as it teaches us that we are not the masters of destiny, but co-creators of it alongside the universe. To align with the flow, start with small acts of surrender. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of resisting, take a deep breath and say, "This is happening for a reason I don't yet understand." Another helpful practice is pausing during the day to reflect on how to respond to unforeseen situations. For instance, rather than getting frustrated with a delay, use it as an opportunity to meditate or listen to an inspiring audio. It's in these moments of surrender that we learn to flow with life. When we surrender to the flow, we find harmony and realize that resistance only delays our evolution. This surrender is a portal to awakening, where life's deepest truths reveal themselves. But for this to happen, we must face the ultimate realization, awakening to the truth which awaits us in the next step of this journey. Spiritual awakening is like opening your eyes for the first time after a long sleep. Suddenly, everything makes sense, and the pieces of life's puzzle fall into place. At this moment, we understand that true purpose isn't found in external achievements, but in aligning with our essence and the impact we have on the universe. It's like discovering that we've always had the answers, but were distracted by the world's noise. This awakening happens when we face the truth head-on, without fear. A practical exercise to experience this moment is to ask yourself, what's stopping me from living my truth right now? It could be a fear, an attachment, or even a limiting belief. By identifying these barriers, take small actions to overcome them. For example, if fear of judgment paralyzes you, practice expressing your opinion in a safe environment. Gradually, you'll see how this paves the way for authenticity. When we awaken, we not only find our purpose, but understand our role as part of something greater. Each challenge, each pain, and each lesson come together to form a unique journey full of meaning. With this newfound clarity, we are ready to apply everything we've learned, transforming our lives and inspiring those around us. After all, awakening isn't the end, but the beginning of a new conscious journey. Now that you know the 7 most challenging spiritual tests, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? These challenges don't appear by chance. They are opportunities to grow, evolve, and align with your purpose. So look at your life now. Which of these tests have you already faced? Which are you still facing? Is it time to act with more faith, surrender to the flow, or finally embrace your truth? Think about the impact this could have on your life if you truly start applying these teachings today. Imagine living with more clarity, less burden, and more purpose. Wouldn't that be amazing? But remember, knowledge without action doesn't transform. How about starting today? Reflect on your choices, meditate on what you need to let go of, and write down the steps for your spiritual evolution. And if you want to continue this journey and never miss another lesson, subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Share this video with someone facing challenges and who needs this message. Together, we can awaken and grow as the chosen.